This is Force 13, Australia and Oceania Channel with the latest on both the local and tropical weather scenes for Friday the 3rd of April. Severe weather warning for damaging winds now in place for the Illawarra parts of the south coast, central tablelands, the southern tablelands, southwest slopes, the Snowy Mountains and ACT. A strong cold front forecast to cross the eastern parts of New South Wales on Saturday, bringing cold and blustery westerly winds in its wake. The vigorous westerly winds in the southeast will continue into Sunday as a series of cold fronts move across the south. Below 1900 metres, damaging winds averaging 60 to 70 kilometres an hour, with peak gusts in excess of 90 kilometres an hour forecast to extend into the Illawarra parts of the ACT, Monaro Alpine, eastern parts of the southern tablelands, central tablelands, the coastal ranges, the south coast from late Saturday morning, likely to continue overnight into Sunday and above the 1900 metres mark. Damaging winds averaging 80 to 90 kilometres an hour with peak gusts in excess of 120 kilometres an hour expected to develop from early Saturday morning. Locations currently under the warning that could be affected: Wollongong, Nowa, Bower, Braidwood, Katoomba, Thredbo, Perisher Valley and Goulburn. There's also a strong wind warning for the Macquarie, Hunter, Sydney, Illawarra coast. We also have an initial flood watch for the Castlereagh, Bell, Macquarie, Bellubuda rivers and the Madagree Creek. I don't think I pronounced that right. Moderate flood warning for the Warrego River. And Victoria has a severe weather warning, strong winds, southern Victoria over the weekend. It's for damaging winds. Warning area: the central, east Gippsland, southwest, northeast, west, the southeast, south Gippsland districts. Strong cold front will also move over Victoria later today with a vigorous westerly airstream to follow. Damaging winds averaging 60 to 70 kilometres an hour, peak gusts of around 90 kilometres an hour expected to develop above or about elevated areas to northeastern Victoria Saturday afternoon and persist through the remainder of the weekend. There is also a risk of damaging winds with the same or in the same area early Saturday morning as the cold front passes. Damaging westerly winds averaging 60 to 70 kilometres an hour with peak gusts of around 90 kilometres an hour expected to develop about the exposed coastal areas during Saturday afternoon and also persist through the remainder of the weekend. Locations which may be affected: Warrnambool, Portland, Frankston Falls, Creek, Mayo and Wonthaggi or Wonthaggi. Apology for the pronunciation on that one. And a strong wind warning: Port Phillip Bay, Western Port, the west coast, the central coast. South Australia also has a severe weather warning for the Adelaide, Metropolitan, the Mount Lofty Ranges, lower Eyre, eastern Eyre peninsulas, the Yorke Peninsula, the mid-north, Kangaroo Island, the Murraylands, the upper southeast, lower southeast parts of the west coast, Flinders and Riverland districts. Strong and fast moving cold front will move over the south of the state today, reaching the lower Eyre Peninsula, western Kangaroo Islands around midday, and then move east to reach Adelaide from mid-afternoon and eastern border districts during the evening. Squally showers, thunderstorms are expected with and following the front. Damaging wind gusts in excess of 90 km an hour associated with showers and thunderstorms forecast in the warning area near and following the passage of the cold front today, and locations which may be affected: Adelaide, Port Lincoln, Waiata, Mount Gambier, Clare, Bulletin, Murray Bridge, Kingscote and Narracuti. And they have a road weather alert in place for Adelaide and a strong wind warning. Adelaide Metropolitan waters, the far west, upper west, lower west, central, south central coast, Spencer Gulf, Gulf St Vincent's Investigator Strait, the upper southeast coast, lower southeast coast. And a similar warning will be in place for Saturday. Road weather alert for Tasmania for northwest coast, the central north, northeast, western, central plateau and east coast forecast districts. On the screen is the latest from the Bureau of Meteorology for their rainfall outlook, and this is their 12-hourly update. Rainfall scale right hand side of the screen. Now we switch briefly across to other information. Now we're having a look at the winds from 1300 hours through to at least 2200 hours tomorrow. This is at the 850 millibars level. And gale wind warnings will be in force over the weekend. The rainfall is out to early Sunday morning. Now what's going on in the capital cities? Current temperature: Sydney 23.8, 21.2 Melbourne, 28.8 Brisbane, 19.2 Perth, 23.5 Adelaide, 18.6 Hobart, 16.6 in Canberra, with federal parliament to sit on Wednesday, and Darwin 32 degrees. Maximum temperatures have been reached in Adelaide. They were forecasting 23. Hobart, maximum was to be 22. Canberra 20, 33 in Darwin. Now here's the Bureau's total forecast of rain. Expected maximum temperature: Melbourne 24, 30 Brisbane, 24 in Perth, 26 in Sydney. The GFS accumulated precipitation, and the information has been sourced from the Pivotal Weather website. So another round of cold fronts. This is a sign of a possible busy winter. And now we have a look at the tropical scene. And here's the latest from the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre. They have Tropical Cyclone Harold, which was named by the Tropical Cyclone Warning Centre here in Brisbane nearly 24 hours ago. They still have the formal position of issuing advisories, and the JTWC has it about 586 nautical miles northwest of Port Vila, Vanuatu, tracking new southeast at 21 knots. This is over the last 6 hours. Animated multispectral satellite imagery, MSI, depicts low-level banding wrapping under flaring deep convection. A ASCAT image reveals stronger 35 to 44 knot winds located to the north of the centre. And based on this ASCAT pass and the MSI, there's good confidence in the initial position. The initial intensity is set at 40 knots based on the higher winds to the north of the centre. The Tropical Cyclone Harold, or 25P, is transiting through an overall favourable environment of low less than 10 knots vertical wind shear, 29 to 30 Celsius sea surface temperatures, established poleward and equatorward outflow channels. The system is currently tracking east-south-east within the periphery flow of a weak near equatorial ridge located to the north. In the next 12 hours, subtropical ridge to the east will take over as the primary steering mechanism. Under its influence, the cyclone will track slowly southeastward as the system intensifies further. There is a possibility for rapid intensification in the early period of the forecast due to the high favourable environment. And by the 48-hour mark, the cyclone will turn and accelerate east-southeast as it interacts with a passing trough. The mid-latitude westerlies, increasing vertical wind shear due to the strong westerly flow, will begin to weaken the system after 96 hours. Numerical model guidance is in fair agreement with NatGem and the GALWEM as southerly outliers, and the UK Met Ensemble as northerly outliers. Of note, the NatGem solution presents significant slower along track speeds, therefore the centre's forecast track is placed slightly north and ahead of the multi-model consensus to offset the NatGem outlier.
Thank you for watching this production of Force 13. For more information about Force 13, you can check us out on all of our outlets. Our website, force13.com, where we are overhauling the website and writing new articles for your reading pleasure. We're also on YouTube, keyword Force 13. You're probably there already, good chance of that. If you are, hit that like and subscribe button to keep getting updates like this one coming to your mailbox. We're also on Facebook, keyword Force 13, where we post our updates, and keep an eye out for our live coverage on there as well. And we're on Twitter, keyword Force 13. And if you want to rock our colors like Nathan Foy here, you can go to our store available at store.force13.com, or you can contribute to the project directly by way of the Patreon. More information about patronage and the privilege you can get from patronage can be found at patreon.com/force13, and you can reach out to us on Skype at Force13, or to me directly on Discord at TRIN extension 1375, or you can join our server with our new link at discord.gg/Force13.